I remember with great accuracy, there had been a leak, an important leak from the Defense Department. And I remember reading in the Washington Post the next morning that FBI agents had gone to the homes of journalists and second and third level executives of the Defense Department at midnight, surprised them, questioned them, get them off guard. I guess I knew that day that I really belonged in journalism, not in the government. But that incident led to a ripple effect throughout the administration, and in every department there were discussions then. How shall we deal with the press? And some around that table at our next meeting insisted that in the future, any contact from news media was to be channeled through Ed Guthman, the Attorney General's press secretary. Ed and I, both journalists, resisted that because we knew that those distinguished lawyers, most of them wanted to participate, and some would be inhibited by the presence of Ed Guthman, or with a duty to report to Ed Guthman about what was said. And finally, Archie Cox said in answer to a suggestion by the Deputy Attorney General, Byron White, that these discussions all be centered through Ed Guthman's office. Finally, Archie said, look, Byron, if Tony Lewis of the New York Times comes to me and wants an education on a case, I'm going to argue. I know the lawyers on the other side have already talked to him. I'm going to talk to him. And I'm going to talk to him at times off the record. And he is going to trust me, and I'm going to trust him, and I don't want to encumber our relationship by injecting Ed Guthman into the midst of that. And Guthman agreed with that, and ultimately the Attorney General agreed with that. But I think about that discussion. It was a hot debate and a divided debate. And the dissent was very strong, and by the Deputy Attorney General, soon to be a Supreme Court Justice himself. I think about that as I read what Judge Sanders said and what Judge Merritt said. It reminds me that there are judges in this country, there are lawyers in this country who still have that feeling that there should be a hands length, arm's length, body length distance between themselves and their offices and journalists who cover the administration of justice. I think about that. Discussion, and it serves in my mind as sort of a symbol of why it makes sense for this center to conduct this sort of discussion, the sort of exchange that I hope will evolve tomorrow. If the Deputy Attorney General, soon to be a Supreme Court Justice, looked at the media with that disdain, insisting on keeping a distance, there really isn't much chance that this idea of cooperation, at least communication, will take hold.